Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. If this is your first time viewing the channel, if you could give me a subscribe, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a comment below, anything, just to show that you actually enjoyed this video. So, Glasgow Derby tomorrow, the final Glasgow Derby of the season. A lot of people want to say poof, because we've been absolutely terrible in majority of the derbies we played this season. Not clinical, our head strikers are not looking up for it. You know, defensive errors, stupid sending offs. Could be this the last salvation to get something going into next season? Say, look at Rangers, maybe you won the title, but you know what? We're not fully out of this. This is the build to something spectacular. If Eddie Howe comes in, whoever comes in, there's been a lot of talk with Eddie Howe this week saying that he's picking his coaching staff. We'll have to wait and see if they can get this together in the next week, which I've been saying this for the last 6 weeks. It would lift the spirits around the fans and the club going into the next season's campaign, especially European qualifiers as well down the road. So it's a derby that I haven't really been buzzing about. I have, to be honest with you, I'm just not arsed going on the drink for it tomorrow. I'm not arsed like usually just basically having a few drinks tonight, getting myself geared up, because disappointment this season, disappointment going into these games. Like, we went to Ibrox 2.5 weeks ago and we were absolutely poor in all aspects. We couldn't convert a penalty. We won a good penalty. We were just brutal at the back, letting a 26-year-old score a Boise kick against us. You know, it's just absolutely terrible for Celtic standards this season. Give it to Rangers. Rangers have deserved the league this season, but they're not invincible. We seen what happened last week at Ibrox. Xander Clark scoring a stoppage time equaliser, and then them to lose on penalties. You know, so invincible is when you go on and do the 3 trophies, and then we talk, you know. So what I like to see from Celtic tomorrow is aggression. At the end of the day, they have nothing to lose. The title's gone. They need to go out and play free-flowing football, threaten Rangers, because Rangers have cracks in them, as we've seen. Go out there, boss them on their own pitch, get them feck all possession, and play free-flowing football. You know, it's Scott Brown's last game, perhaps. You know, well, it is his last derby game, but his last game to be a part of for Celtic in a Glasgow derby. So my starting lineup will be Bain and goal. Look at Barkas is on his way out to AK Athens at this rate. Right back, if I had my way, as much I don't, a lot of people would disagree with me, I'll go with Oyer, right back. Left back would be Taylor. The reason why I go with Oyer, right back, is because Kennedy is being absolute brutal. Kenny has been absolutely brutal in the Glasgow derby. His distribution of the ball, he's nervous as hell. You've seen the last 3 fixtures against him, he's been absolutely poor as hell. So centre backs Beaton and Welch. Look, at Beaton got sent off in the last fixture today's at Ibrox in the league. Could he redeem himself? Could he get it all? He has experience of playing in Glasgow derbies. We'll have to see. Depends on as well if Morelos is going to play, because I can't see the likes of Beaton being like literally shit stored up by Morelos. I think it'd be more of a Kent thing, or to be honest with you. So midfield, Scott Brown. Look, I know what our channels are saying. Sorrow for a bit of energy, but I want Brooney to play. He's a captain. Let him play the last game. Give him 50 minutes. Let's see if he can fit up to it, because the last game against him, he was poor. No question about it. He's been poor against them all season in these derbies. So could he have one more string in him? One more goal in him, like the famous Broony goal there, that jersey behind me. Perhaps Callum McGregor needs to step up to the plate. I thought at the New Year's game, thought he was really good the first half, and then the rest of these games against him, he's been terrible. He hasn't lived up to the occasion, you know, and this might be tipped as the next captain. We want to see a bit of leadership from him and Broony in the midfield, you know, boss in the midfield, because look, the Rangers have a good midfield, but Celtic have midfield there to cause damage, especially attacking midfield. So Turnbull ahead of them has to play. Look, at Turnbull is being absolutely class since he came in. James Forrest is in contention to start, so let Jamesy start. Give him 60 minutes under his belt. On the left, Mohamed El Noussi. Then up front, as much as I don't like saying this, as much as Edouard has been class for Celtic in the last 3-4 years, this season he hasn't lived up to it. He's lost the appetite for these derbies. Edouard starts up front. Look, we have the chance of Yeti to come off the bench, Griffiths to come off the bench. There's been a lot of talk of Griffiths and his extension with a contract we'll have to see. This will be a prime example for him to come off. You see him scoring on Ibrox a couple of times, the iconic scarf moments, and when the one we literally buried the goal past Foringham and we hammered them 5-1. So we'll have to see. Rodgers could come on, Dembele could come on, Christie could come on. Just once we don't go too defensive in this, so I'll go with 4-2-3-1. That's the style of football we go with. A lot of fans might say 4-4-2, but I'm gonna go with that formation, and hopefully it's a good result. I'm gonna fancy 2-1 tomorrow. I think Rangers will score first. I think Celtic will get back into it, and then I'm gonna fancy Griffiths winner. I know I'm crazy, but that's what I'm gonna go for. So subscribe to the channel if you're a Celtic fan or a neutral, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow after the game. Take care. All the very best.